Please note that the psychoeducational content provided is only for informational and educational purposes. This does not constitute a form of therapeutic advice or counseling. If you require personalized therapeutic or counseling interventions, it is recommended that you seek the services of a licensed mental health provider.
Okay.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Nightcap with Nakia. Hey, Nightcap with Nakia. Hey. Yes, Nightcap with Nakia. Well, we will be discussing all things relationships with yourself, your spouse, and others. I am your host, Nakia L. Roberson, and I am a licensed professional counselor in the state of Texas. I have a group practice, Next Stage Counseling and Wellness, where we work with individuals and couples who are ready to make the choice to change hindering situations and respond differently to life's challenges. So, y'all ready for tonight's episode? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. So, y'all, throughout history, love has constantly challenged the confines of societal norms. And tonight, we will explore the transformative power of two hearts, unbounded by prejudice and judgment. We're going to talk about diversity in love. So, in this candid conversation, we will unravel the complexities of the relationship of this beautiful couple sitting on the couch tonight. They're gonna talk about the moments, I'm sure y'all have more than one, the moments that swept them off of their feet. They're gonna talk about their unbreakable bond, and they're gonna talk about some of the challenges that they've had to face. We're gonna dig into some of the diversity in just a minute. So put your hands together and welcome to the couch, Jamarcus and Rebecca. Yes. But before we get started, we gotta keep our nightcap tradition. So the first question that we're gonna ask is, what you sipping on? What you sipping on? So those of you who are watching on YouTube or any of the platforms, please drop in the comments. Let us know what you're sipping on. We're going to share with our live studio audience what we're sipping on. Y'all, this is, what do I have? Let me see. All right, so I got a little Dr. Pepper in my cup. I'm probably not gonna drink all of this because it's really sweet. But I got a little Dr. Pepper. What do you have in your cup? What you sipping on?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Diet
So
Coke.
we Coke drinkers. Soda. What you got in your
Got
cup?
some sparkling water with a hint of lime.
Sparkling water with a hint of lime. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So, Jamarcus and Rebecca, why don't you talk to us and let everyone know, how did you guys meet? How did you meet?
All right, so we met, how long ago was it? About 12 years ago?
12 years ago.
We're working at an elementary, and I just got hired on as a pair, and I just saw her one day in the cafeteria, and I was like, ooh, who is that?
Ew. Oh. So what initially attracted you to her?
Her nice figure and her beautiful smile.
Look, so now you gotta, when people say that, like, you be like, oh, now I gotta be careful with my smile. Like, huh? Like, I gotta make sure that it's as beautiful as he's saying. You do have a beautiful smile.
Oh, thank you.
So what attracted you to Jamarcus?
I think his outgoingness and the attention that he gave to me.
Oh. Okay.
Because as we know, women love attention.
Yes, we do.
So he was very attentive until I thought, okay.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
More.
Is he still attentive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That part right there. So
Yes,
you said the smile and And you said that he was very attentive to you. So then there came a point in the relationship that you kind of approached. Who approached whom? Because I mean, in today's, the women sometimes. So who approached who?
I approached her.
You approached her. Okay. Okay. And then tell us about that.
I just wanted to see who she was, and I was like, when I first looked, I saw the smile and the body. I was like, let me see what her personality is like. Because at first she gave off the vibe like, leave me alone.
Oh.
That's just her, but I love it though.
To play.
Yeah, so I was like, don't mess with me. So I was like, let me go see what this is about. So I went and talked to her.
Okay.
Got to know her, introduced myself.
And so you guys went out on a date eventually.
Well, so he did. He was always in my room, just like
in your classroom, in
yeah.
her classroom, y'all.
Yeah.
He said they met.
Yeah, classroom.
They met at a school. They were both working at the school. Okay.
Yes. So he was always in my classroom, kind of unnecessarily. I just was like, I don't know why he's always in here. No, I didn't mind, but I just, it was very obvious.
Yeah.
And so then, like, when I would have lunch duty, he would come in to get an iced tea, and the custodian at the time was real good friends with him, and I would talk to her all the time because my other children went to the school with us.
Okay.
And so she said, he doesn't even drink iced tea. I was like, there you go. And so after a while of him being around all the time, I finally said, are you ever going to ask for my number? Oh. And so then because he was just taking too long to get with it.
Yeah.
And so so then he did ask for my number, and then, I don't know, I think then the summer came and we just kind of started hanging out at the pool with my kids and that kind of thing. So we definitely were friends first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you eventually got married. How long have you guys been married?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
Wow.
10 years. So Rebecca, let me ask you this, child.
Okay.
Prior to Marcus coming into your classroom faking like he wants some tea,
Sure did.
had you ever dated a black guy before?
I had not. Yes.
So you've never dated a black guy before. So talk to us about how that was for you to even be like, am I going to consider this, or was there any hesitancy?
Okay, so like I mentioned, I did already have 2 children from a previous marriage, and they obviously were 100% white. They were, and so there was. At first it was just playing. It was just a little play toy or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was just flirting and just kind of,
Right. So it was just
telling you the nice
friendship.
things. Yeah.
My kids adored him because he was their coach at the elementary, so they already knew him in that context. In fact, they still call him coach. And then so as it grew, it just kind of grew naturally. There wasn't really any time for me to think about, well, he's a black man, I'm a white woman.
Gotcha.
But I will say that my parents, my dad never had any problem.
Yeah.
And I knew that he would never, like, my dad just my dad. He doesn't care. As long as I'm happy, as long as the man treats me right, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
But my mom was very hesitant, more for the kids' sake.
For your kids, or if you guys were to have kids together?
For my kids.
For your
my
2
2 older
okay,
kids. Yeah.
okay.
More for them, like, what are they going to have to go through having, like, a black stepdad, then they're white. So there was definitely that issue.
Yeah.
Now, my mom absolutely adores him. Literally calls him, jokingly calls him my black son. She adores him.
Yeah.
So, but at first, there was definitely some, what are you doing?
Yeah. Questions in your head and Right.
Right.
Gotcha.
For sure.
And so, what about you? Have you ever dated a white woman?
I've dated a white woman before.
You dated everybody.
Yeah, I have. I don't want to say all that, but yeah, you're right.
He's saying, damn.
You're right.
Look, he said, I am not discriminatory toward with the race. Like, as long as you like them, and as long as you're attracted to them, you just say, hey, gotcha. So it was no issue for you.
Oh no, it wasn't.
It was no issue for you. And so my next question is, so with that being said, one of the things that you said, you brought up that you have 2 older kids. Now, with speaking of, with our topic, diversity in love, there is also the age difference between the 2 of you.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody said age is just a number. That's just a number.
And that's what he told me.
Yeah, I did.
Because when he first
You'll learn the culture. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because like when we first started, just playing, talking, flirting, it was no big deal. I didn't care. But then when he started getting serious about talking about wanting to date me, and I was like, well, how old are you? And I did not expect him to tell me the age he told me. I thought, oh my word, there is no. I even told, because I'm 12 years older than him.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, oh, I cannot date you. I cannot date you. And he goes, why? Age is just a number. And I'm thinking, yeah, but that's a big age gap.
Yeah. So, okay, so we have the age, we have the race that's playing a part in y'all's relationship. We have the fact that you have 2 children, 2 older children. And Marcus, did you have any children before?
Nope, I did not have any children before. I didn't even want kids at first.
Oh.
No, he did not.
I didn't.
Okay.
And I didn't want any more. I was like, I'm done. My kids were, already getting up into upper elementary and middle school. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And he didn't want any, so I was like, that's okay. At least we're good there.
So then what happened? He didn't want no kids. You didn't want no more kids. What happened?
Okay, so
I
then
having a kid. You're right. I did have a kid.
Hey, we was doing what married folks do.
I'm the one who brought it up though about having a kid.
All the time.
All the time. I'm bringing it up.
You were bringing it up?
When we have a kid.
When are we gonna have a kid? When we have a kid? When we're gonna have a kid?
What made you change your mind though?
I was like, gotta have somebody else my name.
All right, right.
I guess some people are agreeing with you. So, has there been any, have you guys ever experienced any misunderstanding between the 2 of you due to racial issues or due to, your, race? Has there been any misunderstandings? And if so, how did you navigate that?
Raising the kids mainly. That's the main thing. It's like a culture thing, really, more than a race thing. Just like, I grew up, my mom was real stern. I only had my mom, so she was stern about, discipline. Yeah. And her, she had both of her parents that were real, lenient. They were still, they still,
stayed on
disciplined her, but not like my mom was strict. Like, hey, you gonna do this, you gonna do that.
Yeah.
Go get the switch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that belt on you. So a little different. So I was bringing that in. She's like, oh, whoa, hold on.
Now, I believe in corporal punishment. I believe in the spanking on the bottom and that kind of thing.
But it was a little different for you.
Right.
Yeah, it was a little. Have you ever had to talk to me about your experience with? Because I know sometimes with us, with Black people, when you have get-togethers and stuff, the question that we ask all the time is, who all go be there, right?
Okay.
So, talk to me about how you felt the first time you walked into a room and you were the only white person.
Okay, well,
with his family is what I'm meaning.
Yes.
How was that?
I got to think back to that moment.
Yeah.
So the first time that I met your whole family was actually at our wedding, right?
Yeah.
No.
Most of the family, yeah. Cause they don't live here, so that makes sense.
Right.
They live in Kansas and Tennessee.
You give them a head up, right?
Oh, I did. Yeah, they knew.
Yeah.
But speaking of that,
She said she gonna be a part of the interview process.
Are you right?
No, so when he first, so when I first rewind to when I met his mom, right?
Yeah.
He,
Oh Lord.
oh my word, this man had built her up to be like kind of a monster. I mean, like she was not. She was a
Yeah.
wonderful person. But he just kept telling me she's this way and she's this way and she used to do this and she used to do that. And I was like, oh my God. Like,
She gonna really judge me.
she's not gonna like me. And so before we went in, I started crying. I said, I cannot do this. I cannot do this.
Oh no.
But then I did meet her, and everything was wonderful. I loved her. She was wonderful. She's wonderful.
Yeah. So
but
why
I
did you
thought,
scare her like that?
Ooh, he did.
I like to play around. I like to have fun.
He does. He does.
So when she
Like that
started
one.
crying before you met
didn't
her
see that
mom,
part,
oh
though.
you
Yes,
didn't.
she did.
What? I saw you crying.
He don't remember.
I guess I
And
remember
he
that.
was like, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" I said, "She's not gonna like me. I cannot do this."
Oh, now I remember that. Yeah, you're right. But I had to play it. I still had to play it out.
So how did you reassure her though?
After she met my mom, she found out she was nice.
So that's how you reassured
Yep.
her. Just say, hey, just meet my mama.
Yep.
So you were a little scared
I was very scared.
She
because
was.
he put that
Very
fear in
scared.
you.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But your mom, she probably was
super sweet.
fine
My mom's
because
super
one, she is super sweet. I've met her, but like I'm sure she was fine because like you've
I've dated
dated
before.
dated other women that were
Hispanics,
not black.
whites,
Yeah. So she was fine with it.
Yeah.
And you said that your dad was fine and your mom was just kind of like concerned about
Right.
the kids
Right.
and how they would see things
Yes.
and all of that kind of stuff. But you say your kids are fine with him.
My kids love him. I mean, that was really part of what made me feel okay with dating him was
Yeah.
because my kids adored him, and
Yes.
they just accepted him. I mean, he was just coach, and it was just not a big deal.
Yeah. So you've already told us how your family reacted, but you know how we are with our friends, child. So what did your friends say? One, because being women that we are, one, they was like, girl, he black, and he like 12 years younger than you. What is you doing? Like, did you hear any of that? Like, what was your friends' feedback to know that you are dating outside of your race and then you're dating someone who's much younger than you are?
Well, I don't think anyone ever expected us to be here 10 years later. Anyone. I don't think
Yeah,
my
yeah.
family did, yeah. But my very best friend, she and I have been friends since junior high. And so she knows me. I mean, she's like my sister. And so she knew that in my first marriage that it was dead. You know, there was no attention. There was no, I mean, I was doing it by myself. I had a ring on my hand and I had his name.
Yeah.
And so when I would tell her about him, she would say, that's good. I'm happy for you. Just make sure that everything is in order first. As far as like my kids are in order, like me, make sure that I'm good with me first before I bring someone else into.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah.
That's a good friend.
Yes, she's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good friend.
But she's always been very supportive, and now she and her husband, we get together with them very often. Her husband and Jamarcus get along very well. They want to go hunting together, so I'm like, okay, y'all do you. Jennifer and I are gonna go shopping.
So this is because I'm a foodie and I like to eat. And I know how black people can be with their food. And we had a guest on a couple of weeks ago and they were an interracial couple to where the young lady said that the mother-in-law had to pull her aside and say, let me teach you how to make some macaroni and cheese. Right? So is there a dish that you grew up on or that you really like that she had to learn to make for you, or any type of things with the palates?
Trying to think.
Yeah. Did you have to learn to make anything because it was something that he had requested or something that he likes to eat? or that he grew up
Okay,
on?
so at Thanksgiving,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Talk to us
I
about
forgot about that.
Thanksgiving.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
white
talk about
folks
that.
eat
She said white
pumpkin
folks.
pie, you know?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Now.
Yeah,
okay,
see,
good.
he had to
Okay,
think
but,
of. Okay, so let him. Okay, so the pumpkin pie. Okay,
sweet
so
potato pie.
Yeah.
Gotta make sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie, nah, that's not for me. Gotta get the sweet potato pie. She actually made it.
So you?
I did,
Oh,
yeah,
She
I
did
did.
make it.
I did. I made it for
Really?
him. I did.
Yeah, she learned how to
So
make
who
it.
taught you how to make it?
I just looked it up.
Look it up.
I gotta figure this out, you know? So,
So when he said sweet potato pie and you are used to pumpkin pie, and what was going through your head? What did you say? Like what was like what? Sweet potato pie?
I mean, I had heard of it, of course. I had never tried it.
Really?
Never tried it. It was very good. It was very good. I really didn't think much other than just, okay, I gotta do this. I wanna,
Yeah.
you know, I wanna
You want
kind of impress him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I must have done it when we like early on.
It was early
you know?
on.
Yeah.
It was super early.
So which pie is on the table for Thanksgiving now?
Pumpkin pie. What else is on there? Her mom's like, what is it? Chocolate pie. It's
Chocolate,
pretty good. I never
pecan.
had that before either. Pecan
Okay.
pies on the table. I think other
So-
pies on the table.
I don't do sweet potato anymore, but I
Yeah,
mean,
she
I
haven't done- she
would
haven't done
if
it
he
in a while.
ever.
But I don't ask for it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So you got used to the pumpkin pie, Marcus?
No, I don't eat the pumpkin pie. Oh no.
Oh, I was gonna.
Oh no. I ain't touching no pumpkin pie. Oh no.
No, he eats.
So okay, so we just don't do the sweet potato pie, but you learned how to make it for him.
Yeah.
I did.
I just haven't asked for it anymore.
So you just stopped asking for it. Is there anything else that you stopped asking for?
I'm trying to think. No, I don't like chitlins. No, I hate chitlins. They stink.
And then you gotta roll your eyes.
Yeah. And
Those
see,
of
I
you
was-
who eat chitterlings, it is absolutely okay.
Give me bad
He was
memories.
like,
As a kid, they give me bad memories.
Give you bad.
Yes.
Because you had to eat it. You had
Yes.
to
My
eat
mama
it.
said, put that hot sauce on it, boy. Eat that thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
But you know what I will say also is, okay, so then, you know, we have like, what, stereotypes, right?
Right.
With the watermelon, the fried
Yeah,
chicken,
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that. But like, my mom and I actually had this discussion just a couple years ago. We said, oh, he was teasing her because he always teases her about, well, that's black food, blah, blah, blah. And she said, that is not black food. That is Southern food. He said, she said, y'all cannot coin that as y'all's food. She said, because that is Southern food. Because she grew up on fried
Chicken
Yeah, she did.
and watermelon.
And one story with watermelon, when we started dating in the whole lunchroom and him getting his tea that he never drank,
Nope, never drank it.
I was going through the cafeteria line and I got so real quick, my dad is adopted. And
Okay.
so he went and he got his like birth stuff and figured out who his father is, and his father's name is Zebediah Davis. And my dad has black features.
Yeah.
And so we don't know. We don't know who this man is. This is Zebediah Davis. My dad was never able to contact him or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so fast forward to the lunch line. I'm going through the lunch line, and they had watermelon that day. And they said, do you want some watermelon? And he's right behind me. And I said, yes, I would like watermelon. They put some on my plate. And he turns to me and says, are you black? And I said, I might be. And he's like, oh, okay.
I remember that. That's right.
Because she has some watermelon.
Watermelon, yep.
Because she has some watermelon.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Well, Jamarcus and Rebecca, I know goodness. I definitely thank you guys for coming and sitting and talking to us a little bit and sharing and letting us into your world and how you guys had to maneuver and navigate the race issue. We talked a little bit about the age issue.
Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. Please support us by hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and sharing this episode. Comment below.